This is AIX, your daily dose of AI news.
All right, let's talk about predictive AI versus generative AI. You hear these terms thrown around everywhere, but what's really the difference? We're going to break it all down with a pretty simple analogy. One is a fortune teller who sees the future, and the other is an artist who creates something entirely new. So right off the bat, any guesses? Which one do you think is which? Stick with me, because by the time we're done here, you're not only going to know the answer, you'll get exactly how they work, what makes them so different, and, why they're both completely changing our world. And let's be real, it can get super confusing. I love this quote. It's so true. If you've ever felt a little lost in all the jargon, trust me, you are not alone. These terms often get used like they mean the same thing, but they're actually two very, very different branches of artificial intelligence. So let's do it. Let's cut right through all those buzzwords and get to know our first character. First up, we have the fortune teller. This is our stand-in for predictive AI. And just like the name says, its job is all about one thing, and one thing only.
So yeah, predictive AI is all about forecasting. It looks at a literal mountain of past information, what we call historical data, and it uses all these fancy statistical algorithms to find patterns and make a really educated guess about what's going to happen next.
You can think of it like a detective, but for data. Its entire purpose in life is to sift through everything that's already happened to give us the most likely version of what will happen. It's not creating anything new, it's just forecasting based on what it already knows.
And you actually interact with this kind of thing every single day. When your weather app tells you there's a 70% chance of rain, that's predictive AI. When your bank flags a transaction that looks a little suspicious, or a company tries to figure out which customers might leave their service, that's the fortune teller at work, just analyzing patterns to either stop a problem or predict a trend.
Okay, now it's time to meet our second character, the artist. And if the fortune teller predicts, well, the artist's job is to do something completely different. See, unlike the fortune teller, the artist isn't trying to predict the future at all. It's a creator. It learns all the underlying patterns and structures from just a vast amount of data. And then it uses that knowledge to produce something totally original. And this right here is the key difference. The fortune teller forecasts, the artist synthesizes. It isn't just replaying old data, it is generating brand new text or images or even software code, all based on its training. And this is the AI that has absolutely taken the world by storm lately. I mean, every time you see one of those stunning images that was made from a simple text prompt by a tool like DALL-E, or you read a surprisingly human-like essay from ChatGPT, you're looking at the work of the artist. So now that we've properly met them both, let's put them side by side and really see what makes them tick. What's really fascinating here is what they eat, their data diet. Our fortune teller, it needs clean, organized, labeled data. Picture a perfectly kept spreadsheet. But the artist? Oh, the artist thrives on chaos. It just consumes massive, unstructured data sets, books, articles, images, code from all over the web to learn its craft.
And this table just lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? The artist's whole function is to create, with a focus on pure creativity. Its biggest challenge, though, is that it's often a black box. We don't always know how it got to its final output. The fortune teller, on the other hand, is all about analyzing data for accuracy and reliability. Its biggest weakness? It can only predict based on the past. It can't possibly account for some totally wild, unexpected event it's never seen before.
Under the hood, they're also built completely differently. The artist uses these incredibly complex systems, like transformers, to understand context and generate new things. The fortune teller? It relies on more traditional statistical models, like regression or decision trees, to find those trends in that neat, structured data we were just talking about. But here's the twist. We've been setting this up as a versus thing, but their real power is unleashed when they team up. Right, this isn't about picking one over the other. It's about combining their unique strengths to solve problems in ways that neither one of them could do alone. Okay, check out this example from manufacturing. First, the fortune teller analyzes all this sensor data and predicts a specific machine is about to break down. That's a huge warning. But then, the artist steps in and creates a custom set of repair instructions, maybe even with diagrams, for that exact problem. It's prediction plus creation. Or how about this one from the business world? The fortune teller flags a customer who's likely about to cancel their subscription. Instantly, the artist generates a unique, personalized email with a special offer designed specifically to convince that individual to stay. So one identifies the problem, the other creates the solution. It's a perfect partnership. And that really is the bottom line, isn't it? Predictive AI, our fortune teller, it sees the most likely path forward based on everything that's happened in the past. But generative AI, our artist, it has the power to forge entirely new paths that have never even existed before.
So that kind of leaves us with one last big question. As these two incredibly powerful technologies keep evolving, sometimes on their own and sometimes together, which one do you think will have the bigger impact? The one that shows us what's coming, or the one that builds what comes next? Definitely something to think about.